This video was supposed to come out like 3 hours ago, but I was in here listening to Sleepy Hollow, so I'm just gonna go ahead and record this video. Actually, I'm thinking about making another video right after this. It's a video about a power that somebody commented, and it was so interesting that I really had to do it. Let me find that video on my YouTube channel. Yeah, here. By Isaiah Jacobs. What if Deku had meta ability creation? Now, this is from Madoka Box. If you know what the anime is, you should go watch it, search it up. I don't really know how to spell it. I can't remember. But I'm just going to do it. I have to learn a little bit more about it till I can do it then. So, let's get into this video. This is what if Deku had a quirk. So, Deku's uprising is going to be a little bit sad because he be bullied a way lot more because it seems like his quirk is so useless. It's so weak, it's so meaningless. Inko seeing this will be a little bit sad. She does not know what to do. She would try to cheer Deku up, like want to get ice cream and stuff like that. She noticed little strange things about Deku, like his quirk basically gives him control over Ash. Basically, he can control Ash. Not Ash Ketchum. No. Like Ash, when you have fire and you burn paper, you get ash out of it. So he can control all kinds of ash. His body can turn to ash and he can make things turn to ash. And out of his ash, he can create things. It's sounding really weird. Ash. So basically, imagine like a devil fruit from One Piece. Now, what devil fruit? Like Crocodile's devil fruit. His sand devil fruit. He can basically control anything with sand and things like that. Basically, imagine Deku like that. So, whenever Deku was a little bit happy, you can go see that little flakes of ash will fall off Deku's body, and they will have little embers of flame. That's whenever Deku's really happy. But he's not happy for long. His eyes will also glow. A little bit red, but that's about it. Deku grows up, gets bullied a lot. Even though he does have a quirk, he's still seen as weak. But Deku still wanted to be a hero, so he would experiment with his quirk. He would train his quirk, do whatever he can when no one's around. He will break things down with his ash, break it down and try to build it back up the same way it was. It did not go well because he can see no matter if he turns something ash the first time, he cannot bring it back to the original thing. It will always remain ash. So he knows to be careful whenever he does this. Some things are priceless, like he can't replace. So even sometimes when he touches something, he makes sure that he keeps that part of his mind under control to never turn anything like that into ash. He cannot turn people into ash. Don't even ask. He cannot turn them to ash. He would not do that anyway. Even if he could. Even by accident, he cannot do it. He cannot turn any living organism into ash. Only non-living. So over the years, Deku would still get bullied, but people see that Deku stop caring what they think after a while, so they try more advanced things like fighting or beating Deku up. But they see no matter how hard they try to punch him or anything like that, it just goes right through Deku and he would always just be fine afterwards. If they use that quirk or anything like that, no matter what, he would always be fine. People with water quirks will try, he would still be fine. They think that the water could take away the ash. People with wind quirk would try to splatter him everywhere, but his ash was always come around and just build him up again. But they still see his quirk as useless. I'm sorry for yawning. I'm tired. Actually, I'm not even tired. I actually don't know why I'm yawning. Alright, let's get back to this. So, Hmm. Deku, right? Let's go to the start of the anime. Everyone's in class, waiting for the teacher. Deku is a little, basically, he is emo. He doesn't show his emotions all the time. He's barely happy. When he's genuinely happy, it's very rare. He doesn't smile a lot. So, just about time when the teacher comes in, says, even though it's the last day of school before, the break and stuff like that, you all still have to do work. Everyone's a little bummed out about this, but teacher says, "No, I'm just kidding. I know y'all don't want to do work today. And plus, I still have to hand these forms out as to what you want to be in the future." So he would still pass these forms out. He says, "Now, don't even try to say anything yet. I know y'all want to be heroes, but still, it's a good idea to look for other opportunities out there in the world also. Some heroes even have other jobs lined up." He would give an example like, who can I think of? He would say Midnight. She may be a hero, but she also models in her pastime. Stuff like that. He say Vlad. No, I don't think he'd say Vlad. Who else? I can't think of nobody. He would just say like heroes also do other work in their pastimes instead of just always being a hero. Sometimes they do ads, they do TV shows, acting, stuff like that. So don't just think about being tied down to one job. What he basically saying. So, but they even still saying that kids will still go, no, they want to be heroes. Deku still wants to be a hero. Because he be pushed to that mindset by his mother to always be, someone that's respectful, someone that's nice, and also someone that wants to help others. He really wants to help others. He don't want people to go through the same childhood he went through. And always being bullied because people think his quirk is weak, or sometimes thinking that he is quirkless. He sees how quirkless kids are treated. He may not be able to basically respond to their pain. Like he don't know everything about their pain. He talked to a lot of them, asked them some things they went through. He cannot understand their pain because he has a quirk. He sees people that has villainous quirks get treated like, because someone in their school had a villain like quirk. He was always ostracized, always put down. He sees that. He knows that kid might come to a villain later on in his life because the way that society treats them. Like that quirkless boy, he might become a villain later on in his life because no one ever helped him besides Deku. Deku tried his best to help that boy. He tried his best to, pick him up whenever he fell down. He was nice to him, being friends with him. Then he switched schools. And basically, let's just say his life was cut short. Deku sees that this is society. This is the world he lives in. He has to change that. So Deku basically will put it down. He's going to UA long back ago. So when the teacher announces this, like the little stupid idiot he is, like what teacher announces where are the students going to go? Like that's such a bad idea, because what if that kid had people that hated him? Like, right, let's say it like this. Let's say someone was a Crip, right? I'm black, I'm just going to bring gangs in this because that's the best example I can give. Let's say he was a Crip, right? Went to a school with nothing but blood kids, right? All gang affiliated with, right? So he's finna change schools into like a Crip territory, and he made enemies with a couple of bloods at school, with almost all the bloods at school. And the stupid teacher gives them the address where his school is gonna be at, where he's basically they can go there and basically wait on him. Then drive-by occurs, and that kid is now 6 feet deep underground. That's basically what the teacher doing, giving all Deku's ops and everyone else they basically telling him where he's going to be at. That's basically what that is. Such a bad idea. So after this, Bakugo was still threatening Deku, basically don't trust the UA or it's gonna beat him. Deku does not listen, he doesn't care. He would just basically, how I'm gonna say it, he just slowly starts to melt away. How should I put it? Imagine Deku basically starting to disintegrate like in Marvel Endgame, no, Avengers Endgame, where they start to get snapped out of existence. He would start slowly doing that, and he would just pop out of the school. Bakugo would be mad at this, but he would just still go this way. Now Deku is walking, home, towards his home. Think about what he can do, how he can train his power, what else he can do, control methods or powers he can come up with to use it, like special abilities and things like that. However, when he gets close to the manhole cover, he will not notice in time. Sludge will jump out, says, "Hello, kid, I need your body. Please give it to me. I need to hide from that freak All Might." Deku, recognizing soon enough, would jump back in time before the sludge villain can catch him. Sliding back a little bit more, Deku would keep jumping backwards, trying to get away from the sludge villain. Keep trying to touch him and take over his body. Deku, not knowing what to do, would start floating in the air because, like I said, he is basically Ash. He is Ash and he can control Ash. So he can fly and all that. So he would fly in the air with wings made of ash. He would then point down at the sludge villain, and a spear made of ash would come to his hand. He would then poke the sludge villain, pushing him back. He would make it blunt because he doesn't want to kill him and stuff like that. But the sludge villain would see that the spear would be able to actually touch him and send him back. Deku would then basically start fighting the sludge villain with this spear. And sludge villain would see that even though Deku is not that great with it, he is still a very strong person who is knocking him back. Something he thought was impossible. He thought no one could never touch him. Oh my God, who is coming through? Man, I know for a fact some people are probably still asleep at this time. It's like 12. Yeah, it's 12 in the afternoon. 12 in the afternoon. Some people are probably still asleep. I know that for a fact because my sisters are still asleep. Yeah, alright. So he's getting surprised because Deku is actually hitting him, which he sees as impossible. Around this time, when All Might would also pop up, he would see the sludge villains getting pushed back by a child, but he would think fast enough and he would also hit the sludge villain, which in turn would push Deku back, but Deku would catch himself with putting the spear into the ground with enough strength to actually cracking it, implement it to the ground, and he would slow himself down. All Might, wasting no time, would bottle up the sludge villain and get ready to jump away. Deku would say, wait, he has a question. All Might, seeing he has a little bit of time left to talk to the little boy and answer his question, Deku would ask, alright, does someone who has a useless quirk or someone who's quirkless or a villainous quirk, can they become a hero? All Might would ponder this thought and he would give an answer. People who have quirks, even useless or villainous, can become a hero. But people who are quirkless may want to pick a different profession, as it can be dangerous at times. So no, those who do not have quirks cannot be heroes. And with that, All Might would jump away. Deku would be angered a little bit. He'd be mad at this answer because All Might basically just said, those who had villainous quirks in general, may be good, villainous, or useless, can become heroes. But those who don't have a quirk at all can't become heroes. Well, that don't make any sense. Because even people who have quirks, some may not be physical, mental, probably, or some may not be able to just shoot fire at their hands. Some may not be able to turn into literal, iron. Some may just have the ability to think smarter. Some the ability to see further. But quirkless people, they can't become heroes. Why? The society is very messed up. As he thinks this, he would walk away. He's going about his day. Now, All Might may have miscalculated his leap a little bit and dropping the sludge villain. Why? Because of Plot. Now, Plot is a very strong creature. You do not want to get in the fight with Plot. I'm pretty sure Plot has kicked a lot of people up, beat a lot of villains over the years. From killing Thanos, from killing Thanos, damn near to killing Madara, and killing a lot of other villains in his years. Plot is a very strong creature, so watch out for it. So, dropping the sludge villain, All Might would, continue jumping away. After a while, he would, debuff and go, my time's up. I'm glad I got that villain before my time was up anyway. When he go to touch the villain in his pocket, he would see that it's gone, wondering where's it, then he would hear an explosion in the distance. This would spook him because he would start thinking, I came from that direction. No, it can't be. He would rush to the fire escape. He would push it down and he would head towards the area and where the villain is. Deku, also hearing this, would start running as fast as he can, pushing off little ash on his feet with embers coming from it. Pushing off fast as he can, running at a very, very fast speed. Not as fast as some people with speed quirks, but faster than most people. He would run as fast as he can, and he would get to the place where he see the villain attack is occurring. He see flames everywhere, heroes trying to put out flames and things like that, and also controlling the crowd, trying to keep them calm down. He would also basically see the sludge villain again. But when he looked a little bit closer, he would also see the sludge villain as a hostage. He would see some familiar blonde hair, and he would see explosions going off. He would already He'd already know that this is Bakugo. That Bakugo got captured by the sludge villain. And him being the person he is, he would always want to help someone, not even thinking of it, he don't even drop his backpack. He just rushes in, puts his hand to his side, his right hand to his right side, and a bottle of ash would come in his hand, and he would throw it like a snowball or a baseball, whichever one you prefer. It would hit the sludge villain, and it would stun it for a little bit, just a little bit, 1 millisecond. He would gain his consciousness again, and he go throw Bakugo's hands to throw explosions at Deku. Deku would jump to the side and keep ducking and dodging Bakugo's explosions. He would keep throwing these balls of ash at the sludge villain, who does not notice that the ash is slowly building up underneath them. Deku seen that enough ashes underneath the sludge villain would control his ash to make chains that will slowly come up and shackle the sludge villain. One chain will pull Bakugo out of the sludge villain and continue to basically shackle him and tie him up with the chains. After a while, Deku would start compressing the chains that would the outer chains would slowly turn to like a ball, or slowly start getting rounder and rounder until they compress to like as big as a jug. Like Imagine a jug of pickles, big as that, and this would allow the sludge feeling eyes would stay in, eyes, mouth, and everything would stay right there, and not squish him to literal nothing. Because I'm pretty sure if it did that, he would die. So in my other what ifs, I said if I ever had this sludge feeling be squished down to a small little ball, he was basically dead. All right. Well, not dead per se. He would basically lose his eyesight and his ability to eat anything. That's basically what happened. Yeah, I should have thought that a little bit more through. But I think everyone who did what if about it has not thought that through. All right, let's keep going. If I sound a little bit happy today, I have no clue why I'm happy today. In fact, I am supposed to be sad today because I want to be back asleep, but I am still awake. Sad me. I think ADHD is kicking in. It's bad. Alright. Deku would still be reprimanded by the heroes, even if he did have a strong quirk that helped. No, even if he did have a quirk that helped, he would still be reprimanded saying it was dangerous. All the praise would be going to Bakugo like a cannon. All Might did not help out, so no one would say anything about it. Deku would still leave. All Might does not show up to Deku like he did in canon. He would not offer him his quirk because most Might would not have Deku with All Might's quirk. I might make one where Deku gets All Might's quirk one day, but I just don't like Deku with All Might's quirk. Oh yes, I just thought about this. I'm gonna be posting 3 series. This one, what if Naruto liked the fight, and the one that I mentioned in the beginning, what if Deku had meta ability creation. So it's gonna be 3 what ifs. So I'm gonna post 2 of these. So one of this and another one of this. Then I'm gonna post 2 meta creation abilities. Meta creation abilities. And then 2 more what if Naruto like to fight. So it's gonna be 2, 2, and 2. So I have let me count real quick. I have Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday off. So I have 4 days, 4 days to create these videos. I might record these early in the morning or late at night because it's the only time my house is quiet at the time. So let's get back to this video. After returning home, Inko would recommend Deku, saying that she was so worried, basically never do that again until you're more trained up and ready. So please, my baby, don't get hurt and basically don't worry your mother anymore. Deku would promise this, but it's an empty promise because he knows he's gonna get hurt anyway. So going to his room, Deku would basically set out a training montage for himself. She said he was not that good with the spear, so he would take up more spearsmanship classes because he knows that with his quirk, he would be better off creating weapons and also creating more practical things that like throwing weapons, things like that. But also, he would not be able to create like things like guns. No, he'd not be able to create guns, RPGs, and nothing like that. Just conventional things like bow and arrows, spears, crossbows, things like that. Trebuchets, things like that. So he will research he already knows how to make those things. He just doesn't know how to use them things that great. Like he cannot use them to a professional level. He can use it to an amateur's level. Like someone that's been using them for like, let's say like a couple of months. Like they got familiar with it. About that amount of skill with it. Like they're familiar. They're not the greatest, but they're not weak. They're just familiar with it. So Deku would do this. He would get familiar with all these weapons. Learn how to use every single last one of these weapons to the best of his skill level. without basically being, basically born with learning how to do their power. Not power, those weapons. Not using them for years. So after he starts his training, 10 months will pass by. Deku and Bako still going to school. Basically, Bako still trying to get Deku to back out of going to the hit UA. So after that's done, Deku would it's actually now the end of the 10 weeks training. Deku out of this time got so good at making things with his quirk that his things that he does make with his quirk do not break down that easily. At first, he'd be able to make things, and they'll break down after I'm gonna say an hour or so of making, or he just make them collapse like he usually does. But he got his control of making things a lot better. He got control over his quirk a lot better, precision, basically. He got better control of the weapons and other creations he got to went on using his quirk. This is about time the entrance exam is coming up. Now, I'm going to do the entrance exam in the next part. The reason I'm stopping right here is because I need to get some breakfast. I'm hungry. I did not eat anything. I didn't eat anything last night either. So I'm going to eat real quick. Then I'm going to come back and record the next part of this What If. See you guys next one. Peace out. That's it.